Hi, this is Miss J, and I hope that all is well with you. Today, my topic is about teamwork. Well, let's look at the word. Two parts: team and work. So, a team is a group of people, and work is the product of what is being produced. And you put them together, and you get teamwork. Teamwork is a group of people who are working together towards a task, towards a project, getting it done, something that's broken down into smaller pieces, many people coming together. So, I want to talk about something before I really get into the topic: teamwork. Well, you are a part of the team. And when you are a part of something, there is a service that you're supposed to give. Do your job. Do your job and do it to the best of your ability. Do it to your level of excellence, which should be high. Be your best you, be your best self all the time. You reaching for excellence and you being your best self and presenting your best self does not matter about what may be going on in your personal life. It doesn't matter. But when you show up to work, that means that you're ready to work. Okay? And how you feel and what you do affects different members of the team. And it can also reflect in the workflow as well. So you are an important piece, an important part of that total whole. So be where you're supposed to be punctual, be on time, complete your jobs to the way that you're supposed to. Okay. And in the event that something happens and you're unable to, let someone know that's within your team. And I guarantee you that there's going to be somebody who's going to be able to assist you. So you're sharing in the responsibility and you're sharing in the product and the wealth and your energy that you have. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. So, in a group or a community setting, we want to be of assistance. We want to assist one another, right? Not carry anybody, not do somebody's job. Look, everybody is earning the same pay most of the time, okay? And everybody is supposed to do their job to get their pay. You're not supposed to be doing two jobs and getting one pay. That's not teamwork. Being able to assist, yes, okay? Making excuses for not being able to do your job, that's not acceptable. All right? So it's about doing your work. So, why do companies operate in a team working fashion, create this environment? Why? Well, I believe that the answer is simple: greater outcome. The more effective you are, the greater the force behind a focus is. So, for example, right? So, I want to push a 10-ton truck. Now, me trying to push that truck, it is not going to happen. I can huff and puff. I can lift weights. I can do whatever. Okay. I am not going to be able to push that truck. But however, if I get 50 people, if I get 100 people, oh, yeah, the force that's going to be behind that truck now, oh, we could push that truck up hills, down the hills, around the corner, down the block with little effort at all because of all of us working together towards one goal. That is power. And that's what teamwork is. Teamwork is power. So companies, they have this environment because it is also more efficient. You get the job done quicker. Um, it reduces costs. So if you can make 10 of something, that 10 of something is going to take you a long time to do it, and it's going to be really expensive. And only a small amount of the community or group or our society is going to be able to have access to it, right? But if you are able to create 10,000 of them, then that means that your product and that means that the information is going to have a wider broad is going to your territory is going to be enlarged, and more people are going to be aware of what your services are and know who you are. And of course, prices will go down. Okay, so another thing is that we share in the responsibility. When there's a group, we share in the responsibility. Everybody takes a little part, a little piece, and it makes it easier for all of us to do whatever it is that we need to do. So, number two, my point number two, companies are solution driven. And so companies are created because there's a problem that needs to be solved, and you are a part of solving that. So many people have many different ideas, many backgrounds, different kinds of knowledge, different kinds of experience, different kinds of understanding. So when you have different people who are coming together looking at this one focus, then you'll be able to see the different parts of it, and you'll be able to solve problems that you alone can't see. Because the truth of the matter is, you don't know everything, right? But you may know something and may have a wealth of information, but there's other people that have different sides of understanding as well. And so you want to bring all of these people together, and it will strengthen whatever your product is or whatever the kind of service that it is that you're getting ready to provide. So I got an example. It's a silly example, but I think that this example rather will make my point. So I want to look at an apple, piece of fruit. Okay, I want to look at an apple. I'm always talking about food. Okay, I know this, but let's look about an ordinary apple. Different people in different industries with different knowledge are going to look at that apple differently. So, for example, a doctor will look at that apple and go, "Oh, it's really good for you. It's nutritious. It will help your body prevent cancer, arthritis. It's good for heart health, diabetes, and a whole wealth of other different things that just eating that apple on a regular basis it can do for your body and help your body." And a dentist will look at that same apple and go, yes, an apple is really good because it's really good for your gums, because the skin that's around the apple, when you bite into it, it has a little hard core and it helps your gum health. It helps to clean it. So a dentist is going to love that apple. And a nutritionist is going to look at the apple and go, yes, and the apple is really good because it's low in calories and it's low in sugar. And if somebody's looking to have better health, it is really a good snack and that it is filling. Now, a teacher will look at that apple and a teacher will go, oh, let me use this as a teaching tool. I want to teach my little children about how they can cut something into pieces and how they have a value individually as they stand alone. But when you bring it together, that there is this whole. So a teacher will look at an apple differently. A kid is going to look at the apple if they like the apple, if they don't like the apple, if it's good, if it's not good. A kid is going to be creative with that apple. He's going to or she's going to want to eat it with peanut butter, jelly, Nutella. I know a kid that like mustard. Mm-hmm. Like mustard on their apple. A kid may want to cut it up and maybe want to glue it to some paper to create something. So a kid can be really creative with that same apple. A farmer can look at that apple and go, okay, how can I plant it? What is the best dirt that I'm going to be putting in it? What is the best sunlight? What is the best soil? And then how am I going to handle the pesticides that I need to put around that apple to protect it from all of the ants and all of the bugs and what have you that's trying to eat up the product? So a farmer is going to look at it totally differently. And a grocer is going to look at it going, okay, well, how many can I get? How much do it weigh? How much does it cost? And do I want to spend that kind of money to get this product into my store? right? So many people looking at the same exact thing have different focus, different knowledge, different understanding, can provide a different service and a different side to the same thing. And so that's what teamwork does. And that's what makes teamwork so strong. And then number three, that it allows us to learn from each other. So in this example as well, with the different people looking at the same exact apple, they're all bringing different kinds of information, okay, different kind of data, different kind of facts regarding this one item, regarding this focus. So we learn from one another, we get the information. So that is great. That's a great thing. Number four, healthy competition. Love competition. I love competition. And I guess the reason why I love competition is because it increases my focus, it increases my energy level, it inspires me, it even motivates me. I want to be the best. And me, look, you don't have to put any money on competition all the time for me, even though money is a good motivator. I agree. But sometimes just bragging rights, oh, give me some bragging rights. You want to give me the money instead of bragging rights because every time you turn around, I'm going to be saying, yeah, remember? So healthy competition is really, really good when it's within a team setting and that it is worked well. Okay, because sometimes competition may not work well if it's going to pit people against each other. So then that's not a good thing. My fifth point is that it builds trust. It builds sharing the load. It brings strong support. And teamwork also affects your communication. It strengthens it, actually. Here's why. Because when you go to a meeting, right, and you've been working on a project, you have to talk about what your part is, what your piece is that you added to the scheme of things. And you have to be able to explain it and break it down enough and give information enough that everybody that is in your team understands what it is that you're talking about and understands the effectiveness and the power of the information that you're bringing. So you have to be effective in your communication to make everybody understand what your point is. And the last thing that I want to say before we close out is it is very important that you understand what teamwork is. And that is because as you look for job postings, you are going to see one of the bullet points is working in a team. You will see that you will work in a team. So employers want you to know that that's really important. And then my last piece is that you will be asked this question on an interview. There's like a 90 percentile that you will be asked, do you work well within a team setting? Are you a team player? And you have to be able to discuss this and be able to demonstrate it through past experience, whether personal or professional. Try professional first. But if you don't have enough experience to talk about professional, then it's okay for you to go personal, but make sure that it is professional. It's about business, right? But you're going to have to be able to explain that you are a team leader, a team player, rather. I'm sorry, a team player. Okay. So understand what it means because it's important, right? And we know that you are a team member and you are a team player. We already know that. We just want you to be your best self and we want you to understand what it means so that you'll be able to explain it at an interview. So I hope that this was helpful and be well. Miss J.